back. Uh, I'm back live. Let me get this thing going here. All right. So let's see. I've decided. Oh yeah, there's no rhyme. I gotta get to the chat here and just there. My stuff is on. There's no. I don't know how to spell rhyme or spell it right. Okay, so I have told everybody a thing, and now I'm going to switch this to this. Okay, so where am I here? Um, I've decided that these balloons need more character. Add control point. Bing. Let's see. Bing, 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 bing. Like my sound effects. Now, move control points. I just can't. These balloons are. They're just too much fun to play with, and I don't know. I don't want them to look right, but I don't want them to look wrong. I could. I could do this right here. Whoops. I don't think that should look like that, though. Oh, man, I'm sorry for playing with balloons is definitely not going to get the comic book done. And all right, that's good enough. This is probably fine, right? Like I don't need to screw around with it, but I'm gonna anyway, right? Now it's two. Oh, I can't, that's in the way. What? This is in the way. That's weird. this is, I, actually, ironically, that's the one that looks the most the way I want these to look. So let's get this. Yeah, there we go. That's yeah. I want there to be like a theme to these balloons, and I think it's got something to do with making them look like this. All right. So what I was doing was actually trying to accomplish something. Let's see this one. Okay, I guess that's fine. I don't know. Just literally, I'm just telling you, I'm telling you right now, it is literally just fun to play with the balloons. Alright, I'm not gonna leave that like that. No, no, no. Okay, whatever, that's fine. So what I must do now is get all of these, crush them, put them onto, so if I just drop them, nope, they're not going to get dropped because they're not there. Now and then drop them, and then that's it. They're done. Now this whole thing is, I'm committing, making commitments, making commitments. I want to commit to fixing this. Comics, this one. No, I don't know what to do here. Must tell you folks, I literally barely know what I'm doing here. I guess I'll just make this like that. And then this should be like this. I mean, if it's in shadow, it's in shadow. Okay. Yeah, okay, okay. I'll do this. Is that fine? Yeah, it's fine. I'll even do this. Yeah, does it look weird? Yes. Is it supposed to? Is it supposed to look this weird? I don't think so. Look at that. That just looks bizarre. Let's see if we can just fix that. Alright, that looks a little better. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's good enough. I don't know. It's good enough. This should just get painted black. I don't know why it's important to do this, but somehow it's making me feel better. It's probably just making it more messy. Oops. I guess we can't fix that. Alright, commitment, commitment, commitment. Let's just make this black. Whoops. Use the correct thing. Let's cheat. It's let's use Clip Studio Paint to cheat. There. All black. Okay. Let's paint this black. Where are we here? We have to call that done. Let's put it on the done layer. I dropped that to the done layer. Now, oh, before we leave, let's just do this and this. And then we will, this is just a panel that has to, let's see, okay, so that's done, all that stuff's done, there's nothing going on here. This is still a selection layer which has been ruined because, so we could delete that. And now we do another close-up of Hansel and Gretel, which is going to be fun because, well, let's see why it's supposed to be fun. It's going to be basically let's see. We want to copy, so we just hit the copy button. I know what my tools do, but I'm not used to using them all the time. So I got the copy. I can make this go away. I'm going to cancel it and delete that. Then I'm going to do not save. And now I'm going to paste this above my sketch layer, go to my move layer thing, which is not called move layer, although, oh yes, it is called move layer. I renamed it position and yet I call it move layer. Makes no sense. Alright, so now I have to draw this picture again. We're going to throw this down on the sketch layer, and we're going to go to the work layer, and I'm just going to get happy. All I have to do is trace it, right? So here's my ink, and we start making the bowl of soup. Now, I need to back off because I want the lines to be thicker. Of course, this has to be thicker, right? Okay, bowl of soup, bowl of soup. We are drawing a bowl of soup. And now we draw a funny spoon that has a weird shadow, which is great. And another funny spoon. and another bowl of soup. Everything doesn't have to be perfect, you know. And it shouldn't be. Alright. Well, we do this line. Alright, suddenly I'm hit with a strange sense of deja vu. Yes, you would be, Wonderland. You would be. Now let's see. This picture is going to be basically the same except for a minor difference. And it's a major one. Anyway, I'm trying to be a comedian because I'm trying to keep you entertained while I draw. Alright, here we go with this line, and then we go with that line. It's just lines and lines and more lines. And we want to stay loose. I can't get that loose because I got my... You can't... I have to dig in with the pen. You can't... I guess what I'm trying to say here is that it's like I'm trying to emulate the concept of ink, and I don't think any inker can like just... Well, I guess it depends. I don't know anything about actual inking. But I try to draw with my pen in a relaxed position, and I make these very, very, very thin lines. So you can't necessarily relax. It is work. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I didn't give this any thought. I don't know. I might do it again. You know, sometimes you got to do these things again. Let's see how good she comes out, and then we'll decide whether we're gonna do it again or not. Do him again or not. Oh, the styling. Oh, one of the things that prevented me from bothering to start a project really big like this has always been the like because this is as big as it gets. Like I'm supposedly never going to stop making this comic book. There's no reason to stop making an homage to a series of this project is about me pretending that there was a comic book company 60 years ago that made these comics, and that's what this whole aesthetic is about, and therefore that project never has to end. But what I was afraid of, among other things, is that the style of the comic would literally morph right there in the comic, because that's what happens every time I take on a project. I get better and better, and then next thing I know, it's like everything changed. Okay, so anyway, that's what's happening here. I don't know if they look properly sad or mad. I guess they don't look happy. They don't look mad. That's the important thing. I don't want them to look angry. And with their eyes like that, they look angry. But that's not how their eyes are. I mean, their eyes like this, like the sketch layer. Not like that. All right. Oops, I'm on the sketch layer. Oh yeah, so it's darker. And I'm, don't get it twisted. I am not like, oh, my inking, my ability to do the inking is only as good as it is. I'm trying to emulate old school inking, and I have no experience with it. I'm experimenting with it as we speak. Like if I go like this, like I'm doing that. I can do that better than I could a few weeks ago, but I'm not very good at it. Just that that doing that is so important to drawing. It's a fundamental of drawing. Okay, I think the drawing for this is done. So I'm going to hide the sketch. And I want them to look really sad. Maybe their mouths should be more squished. Or bigger. I want them to be really sad, not just frowning. But that would mean having to do that. Yeah, make them small. What I'm trying to get at is I just want this to look like a sad face. I don't want her to have any like expression over like, oh, I don't want her to have any attitude, you know what I mean? I just want them to look sad. So let's just keep trying to make them look sad. Now every panel is an adventure And I'm just thinking because this is basically a copy of the other panel, it should be quick. But I've got to explore it properly. I mean, I guess that's sadness, huh? They're not happy. Should they have eyeballs? That makes them look sadder, doesn't it? Yeah. Mm. Oh, I see what the problem is. This eyeball, this sad eye. Yes, the key to making someone look truly sad is that. Something like that. Uh, Here we go. Try to do it. She's all set. I think. I don't know. Maybe they shouldn't have eyeballs. If they. Yeah. He can probably have that one eyeball and still be. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that like that. It's supposed to look sloppy and weird. Let's see. What else? I believe she has some kind of detail in her hair. Yes. Something like this. Just to give it the illusion of depth. Alright. Now, oh, I got people here talking and everything. Suddenly, do you often make fairy tales? But no, that never. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Me, when mother says there's only stale bread, maybe add a few wrinkles in between the eyes. That usually works for me. Oh, yeah, the eyeballs work. Yeah, I'm thinking they don't work, though. I have to disagree with you. Wrinkles in the eyes, I mean, I totally get what you're saying, but the whole point of this is it's got to be very one-dimensional, you know? So that these are supposed to be nothing but frowny faces, you know, like, oh, they're sad. No, as I said, you heard me. You probably were writing that. Anyway, I got to do what I got to do. So I'm going to leave that eyeball there. Um, let's see. What's going on here? Why does this say page 1 and have a mask on it? What the heck is this? You're the boss. Why, thank you. Thank you, Wonderland. I am the boss. Since I'm the boss, I'm going to get rid of that picture and put my fire on. Alright, now. Oh, that's too loud. Let's see, where am I here? The sloppier this looks, the better for this story. That's part of the nature of getting through this project. This is supposed to be odd looking, blah, blah, blah. Where am I here? I have made 2 sad children. I want to know what this is. I don't know where this came from. This has got to go. Execute the delete function. There is our sketch layer. We can delete that. I deleted what's on the layer, not the layer. We have to go to, so this is temp, that's that, and so this can all go down to temp. Now I gotta get to my craft tone folder, grab black pressure tint, and do the table once again. And now I have to go to my lasso tool and delete the part of what I just did that I don't want. Isn't that exciting? Not very, but it must be done. It's gotta be done. Also, in my world, in my story, there could be an argument for this big mistake here. but I'm the boss. Get rid of the spoon. And again, if you're curious why I'm being quick and sloppy, it's because, do you see style here? Yes. This is supposed to emulate the concept that this is done in a, on a assembly line type of thing. Like you do the inks, get them done, and get this thing to print. It's got to be handed in by next week. All right, where are we here? That's done. Now we go for the 20%. Is that what we use? Why is this small? Brush size. Yeah, get up there. Be a lot easier if I didn't have to cut everything out. Oh yeah, I'm going to make a selection. Again, very tedious stuff. I mean, honestly, my judgment tells me that people wouldn't be interested in actually sitting through this, but what do I know? Why did I just do that? And I'm very busy doing this, so if anything's going on in the chat, I wouldn't know. To be honest with you, see, it helps if you use the right setting. Whenever I watch somebody on a live stream or whatever do selections, I'm always baffled at the way they go about making the selections. I'm quite sure the same applies right now. I'm probably baffling you with my decisions. Right, that is going to get a dose of this. And then this is going to get a dose of now we're gonna put it all down on the temp layer. We're gonna call it done. There they are. They are not looking at each other mischievously now. They are downright sad. Hey, I for one say this is peak cinema. Wow, well, that's that's quite the compliment. I'll tell you why it's a compliment. Let's see. It's because although I've spent a lot of time learning to draw, so I don't know if I'm demonstrating my prowess here. But I've been thinking, I know you're just as good as everybody else. Anyway, I'm very self-centered, so that's the thing. It's way more important that I do this work than me watch other people do it. And me not do my own. Let's see, that panel is done. I've finished another panel. This is very exciting for me because I don't finish things usually. At least not like, panel by panel. Anyway, comic book. I'm doing another comic book. It's very exciting. Never done one before. I can't wait to color this. So if this is done, I have to put it on the done layer. I don't know what more I need to do. I may think of something, but now it's time for a close-up of Gretel. So let's cut her out of her done layer. Whoops, that's the wrong thing to do. Let's use the proper tool. Cut her out. Copy her. Copy paste. There she is. Get her here. Bring her over here. We're having a close-up of her as she utters another line of dialogue. And her mother, off screen, will answer her. So let's put her down on the sketch layer, and let's go. This is a copy of done, so we'll delete that layer. This would go back to work and get back to our inking and use the proper tool. And here we go again. We draw the table. And then we draw a spoon. And then we draw a bowl. Every time I do some sort of shading or something, I'm both experimenting and trying to get a system down, because I'm not used to. How's everybody doing? Emily, hello. I've started a whole bunch of comics and only finished 3. Well, I tell you what, from my point of view, 3 is a lot. So, are they online, Emily? Are they, can we see them? Are they on your channel? This is the part where when I see other people live streaming and they're doing stuff, because I don't watch a lot of live streams, but I tune in looking for inspiration. See, I gotta be much less of a YouTube watcher and more of a streamer, which is what I'm doing, trying to do here. I was gonna say something, wasn't I? I wonder what it was. Well, let's see. It had something to do with, oh yeah, I'm always amazed at people's tenacity, and I think, yeah, that's what I gotta do. I gotta draw the same thing over and over again. Or I gotta put a lot of effort into a drawing, and it takes time. Now, the style is changing. Like, she has very shaky bangs. Oh, she does there too. Okay, let's see. Back to the weird eyes. Not sure that's what I want. That's fine. I think I like that. Let's remove the sketch. Let's get our nostril in there. get the sketch back. Oh, I'm lost without the sketch, huh? That's funny. Who's saying stuff? Let's see. Emily says, no, there's scribbles from back in like 4th grade very bad. I don't want anyone to see them. Oh, well, that's different. I did that stuff too. Of course, I don't know about you. 4th grade was a long time ago for me. I've recently finished my webcomic, only to now go back and start redrawing some panels to better get my point across. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen with this. I'm going for it, I'm like saying, oh, I'm gonna make this no matter what. Now, see, if you zoom in, you do a different style. One of the problems with working digitally is the ability to zoom in. Your style and your approach to the brush differs depending on how much real estate you've created for yourself. In the old days, that wasn't a thing. Or, I should say, for anyone who's still, I don't want her to have, a kind of cartoony mouth. I want her, they're supposed to rely on their charm is supposed to be their one-dimensionality. There, she looks like she's completely clueless, which is what I want. Okay, let's see now. She's supposed to look weird and creepy. Alright. As I said, the style may be changing. It probably is. I saw something happen in the chat. Let's see what it is. Oh wait, I made a comic within the last year with my friend about horses. Also very bad, but I finished it. Oh, 8th grade. Well, you got a long way to go. In a strange world. Yes, yes. Do you know old people who complain about the world? I'm one of them. Sorry. Hope I don't get carried away on these live streams. No, I won't. I don't like to complain, but I have a lot to complain about. I think it's weird. It's just, you're telling me you're in 8th grade. That's crazy. You don't realize you're going to get old and say the same thing. Or maybe you do realize it, but it's different realizing it and then living it is two different things. Oh, it's so different. Yes. So here I am making I've got to do the table now. So let's do the table. This is the work layer. The style is changing drastically. I wouldn't say it's changing drastically, but it's getting looser and looser. But again, I'm not trying to win a prize here. I'm trying to get a comic book done. Because you got to have that 4th grade mentality, or else you don't get anything done. Okay, let's see. Hide this. Let's just get rid of this. Can't get rid of it if it's hidden. Delete what's on the layer, not delete the layer. Every once in a while I try to tell you what I'm up to. I gotta go to this tool. I gotta go to my work layer. I gotta put it down to the temp layer. I gotta get my black pressure tint, which is customized so that it's not pure black. I'm on the work layer and I'm gonna put the table in. And at this point I don't have to worry because I can just cut what I don't want out. Goodbye. my lasso tool and start cutting. I never put the shadow on the spoon. We could just say that that's an honest mistake. Again, I don't know if you've seen old comics. You know, old comics are very crude. They're almost too crude. Their stories are ridiculously crude, and when I first see them, I'm like, oh, it's so charming, so crude, so it's so inviting to me. Then I realize that they're really bad and boring, you know, and they're not really good. And it's like, so I'm trying to like create something like that, as but not as boring. This is the wrong tool. That's the wrong tool. There's the right tool. There's the shadow on the spoon. Very important to get that in there. Next is we are going to... I put the shadow on the temp layer? Yes, that's where I want it. Because this has to get... This has to have... Let's see if we do this without the selection layer. We'll just use our pressure sensitivity. And actually what we'll do is we'll go up here and not... What did we do? Get our tool back. Oops. I see something happened in the chat. Let me do like this. Then I'll turn on pressure sensitivity and do the rest. And make the brush smaller. This is another one of those things, you know, again, younger people, you grow up with the digital tools, so I don't know what you think of them, but, you know, back in the day, you would have to pick up a pen, right? And somehow that's less daunting than the idea of just, I don't know, like I say, digital work is really like, you know, okay, make the brush smaller, make the brush bigger, do this, do that, set this up, set that up. In the old days, I wouldn't have it. Because I made comics in the old days. I made comics, you know, not when I was in 4th grade, although I did. All right, where are we here? I don't need to tell you every little thing about myself. We got to Gaussian blur this. I got to set up a shortcut for this. Gaussian blur at 2%. There's a reason that I do this, and if you want to know what it is... Okay, what if... Wonderland Normal says that you've been chosen, Emily. You shan't move till the cat says so. What the heck does that mean? Oh, I have a cat on my lap. Yeah, I like horror. I don't like new stuff, though. I like all old stuff. That's why this is supposed to look like it was done a long time ago. Because, it falls short of that. It will fall short of that because it's hard to recapture old school stuff. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would say, "Oh, you're doing a fine job," blah blah blah. But I'm very finicky, and I don't like any new stuff. So that's a thing. Hopefully, I won't rant about it too much, but it is a thing. Like, and you want to know what new stuff is? She's already up. The cat's up. Emily's free. This has been blurred. We drop it. We have finished another panel. Oh, no, we haven't. No. This is the important dialogue. Are you ready to create some balloons? Now, when I create a balloon, it's going to create itself outside of my work folder. And I'm going to create a balloon. And this girl is going to say a thing. And what she's going to say depends on how quickly I got the wrong tool. I get this balloon into shape. And perhaps this balloon should be like over here like this. This is a distinct possibility that this balloon should be over here. Have I mentioned the balloons? Oh, isn't it fun? Let's see. What I want to do is I want to get the dialogue over on this side of the panel so that the mother's dialogue comes in on the other side of the panel. And I think I've probably just done that. Control, duplicate, so we do another balloon, and now this is Mom's balloon. And I think she's got more to say. So it's going to kind of be longer like this. And maybe if it overlaps what her balloon, it might be thematically relevant. Way too easy to play with balloons forever. Alright, let's try putting in some dialogue here. This balloon, the dialogue has to be, Mother, may we play with toys? We have no toys, now fetch some water. Okay, big problem. The mother has much more to say. The girl has to be smaller. I have to go back. Edit, see, all that editing balloons, I got my history. Shoot, I can't go back. Oh well, let's see what we can do with it. The mother has to have a lot to say. Oh, well, since the girl doesn't have much to say, her balloon can be smaller. Get the right tool, make the balloon smaller, squish it up here, get the thing and do it. That's serious slam. We gotta do mother. Mother. Period. May we play with toys? You've probably guessed what Mother has to say. Mother, may we play with toys? This, as I said, this was not meant to, and you won't even know what I'm talking about. This is an homage to a comic that I made back in 1991 or so. I showed it off in my last stream for a second. This is just, and this means nothing to you, but it is interesting that as I dig into this, I find myself doing something quote-unquote significant, you know, at least significant to me. Revisiting old projects. Mother, may we play with toys? Mother, may we play with toys? Now the problem is, I can't, if I was doing the old homage in completion, she would have this R go, because she's supposed to be irritated. But anyway, I'm going on and on about something that you'll never understand. You'd have to have seen the original comic. So Mother's balloon shouldn't be this messed up. It should be less creepy, but not entirely uncreepy. And the problem is I want there to be like a pause, but if I make the pause, I don't want this comic book to take forever to draw or read. If the pacing is a little weird, that's good though. Again, every weird thing about this comic is supposed to be there. And the cool thing about comics is you really don't want more than eight, 8 panels is really pushing it for a comic, right? Because it's just not, it's aesthetically, you don't want to look at something and see 50 different panels that have to be read. Okay, Mother, may we play with toys? The creepy child asked. And Mother responds, let's see, what does Wonderland say? Oh dear, Mother doesn't let us do anything, huh? No, no, no. Of course. It's miserable. It's a miserable life being Hansel and Gretel. They don't get what they want. They want toys and sweets. Now, if you're familiar with the story of Hansel and Gretel, you will see a theme emerging. And it's not going to be explored very deeply. It's just a little bit better than the original story. In the original story, Hansel and Gretel do not desire anything. If I'm to understand the fable correctly, it's simply a fable that would encourage children not to run away unless they want to get in big trouble and then get saved and have to be saved, because I'm pretty sure they live. Oops! Spoilers. Oh yeah, did I? Now I spoiled it, damn. Anyway, Mother has to have her say. She says, we, and again, it's not in front of the balloon, so we can't see it. This is the second balloon. This is the first balloon, right? Nope, that's the second balloon. So the second balloon goes up here. The first balloon here. The text goes here. And what is being said? We haven't any toys. Should she just say we have no toys? You have no toys, that's evil. You haven't any toys. You haven't any toys. Oh, she should say we haven't any toys. There are no toys. Toys. Should she say dear? I don't know. Maybe I won't commit to this till I've run it through my skull a few times. There are no toys, dear. Did I put the period there? I can't see. The old man can't see. He has to move over. No, I didn't put the period there. There are no toys, dear. Go, 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 fetch water. Fetch us some water. Fetch us some water. Go and fetch us. Go and fetch water. Yes. Very deliberate. Go and go. No, just go fetch water so that your brother may clean the dishes. There are no toys, And I suppose dear is putting too much stuff. There are no toys. Period. There are no toys. Go fetch water so that your brother may clean the dishes. And I'm purposely making it odd. If you were to read this comic and say to yourself, "Oh, why do the people talk so strange?" then this comic is not for you. We want strange dialogue. That's what we want. Similar to the way the old world was. Strange, cheesy, weird, odd, somewhat out of place things are being said. Anyway, enough rambling. Get to the balloons. The balloon tales, they're always so much fun. Double click. Use the right button. Zoom in. Don't make another one. Undo that. Get your tool for editing things and edit the balloon. Maybe um maybe that. I definitely need, what is going on here? I made this font. And what a coincidence, all these terrible, we'll have to fix that when we, the only thing, I guess, let me see, I gotta do this. Who's saying stuff? Yeah, I'm very fascinated by odd dialogue, especially when I get to translate my country's sayings in a literal sense to English speakers. Oh, well, that's very interesting. Truly shines a light on how strange language is. That's very interesting, Wonderland. Where might I ask, are you from? And Emily says, I know they definitely love soup. I don't know what IKR means. They definitely love soup. No, they don't like soup at all. Read one tonight, Old Fairy. I was saying one to read next. What? People are talking about something here. I gotta check it out. You spoiled 100-year-old fairy tale. No, no, no. I'm not doing the 100. I'm doing my version. So I was spoiling. Oh, I see. You guys are joking about the fact that I did spoilers. Very funny. Ha ha ha. No, this is not going to be the same. This is very different. Well, nice. Very different. Come on. Don't be so important there, buddy. Okay, where are we? Okay, I'm all the way from Brazil. Okay, so that's cool. I'm not familiar with Brazil. I don't. Spanish? Would that be the language? It wouldn't be Spanish. It would be, what's Brazilian language? I don't know nothing. Um, anyway, yeah, I like watching stuff with subtitles, and what I really like is when the subtitles are barely, uh, like you can tell that the people doing the translation have a loose grasp of English, and all English, if I'm not mistaken, Portuguese. I was gonna say that, but I don't want to. I don't know nothing. Like I said, I don't know anything. Weren't those nice sounds? Would you say it's true that yes, Emily, we're in America here. Um, would you say that it's true that at least compared to Portuguese, the English language is ridiculous, right? I mean, there are 600 ways to say something, and each one of them means a slightly different thing, right? And all this stuff. So other languages aren't like that. There's senses of different meanings, but not with the actual words. And so when movies that are not uh, filmed in English, and of course I'm talking about old ones, uh, yeah, it's fun to watch fun old goofy movies with the language a very rudimentary version of English. I love that because anyway, I that's enough for that. I'm now going to go into ASMR mood while I fix this. Okay, so um, I'm going to. There's two ways to fix this, and the hard way and the easy way. Don't ask me which the easy way is because I don't know. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to get my text tool. I'm going to select these. First, I'm going to undo that, and then I'm going to click inside the thing and select this and change the character spacing. There. Now it matches the rest of it. Okay. Now I've got this saved and locked, so that change may be, but the next time I use this it won't be changed, I hope. Let's see, where are we here? Trying to finish things. There are no toys. Go fetch water. So this is brutal, huh? But yeah, English can be pretty silly. Guess that's why I use it often. Yeah, I mean, I can tell, what do I know? But I see people who, especially people in America, that English may not be their household language, and yet they use it because that they know damn well that they can say things in English that they can't express, and they have two languages to choose from. It's kind of cool, but I recognize that when I have recognized that. Um, I gotta. I finished this. I finished another panel. Oh no, I didn't. I gotta get the balloon going here on number one. So get my balloon tail, and we're gonna go like this and make three of them. Oops, I made four. I hate when I do that, but I always forget to double click it. Grab my tool and get delete control point and delete. Now I can move control point and edit the balloon tail. I think I might have to, like, it's either I put up a be right back sign because I gotta take a break, or I just sign off and come back. I'm gonna change this to switch corner. See, hopefully you get little hints as to how fun or the great uses there are in Clip Studio Paint. The great tools. The tools are a lot of good stuff in the Clip Studio Paint. They don't work the same as others, but they are pretty intuitive from my perspective. And again, am I gonna mess with this balloon for a half an hour or what? It could be, it could be, it could be, it could be. I don't want it to look too... I don't know what I want. We can wait. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. I guess I'll just put be right back. I could put... could do that. But I'll bet you this might be more. This might get people to wait for me to come back, even, because this is the comic. This is the reason we're streaming. All right, I'm just gonna go take a break. I'll stream 24 hours. If I didn't have to go to work, I might get really busy with this. Don't be upset, Emily. I'll be back. I'll be back. My plan is to live stream almost every day, literally. So I don't know if you really, you're just joking, whatever, but I'm just saying that's going to be the big plan. The plan is to do this comic book and to live stream every time I sit down and do it. I have to do it in the computer. I may as well live stream it. That's the age we live in. May as well just get on the phone while you're drawing. What the hell? Especially if you think you're going to do something decent that people might be interested in. And I would love to think that people think these kids are whatever you think they are. I hope you like them, because I'm doing them. Okay, I'm going to take a break now. Be right back. Okay, yes, Wonderland. You just stare at it like a psychopath. Because that's what psychopaths do, sit and stare. We've all seen them in the movies. Sitting and staring. What did I do with my drawing glove? I seem to have misplaced it. Hold on. Oh, there it is. So let's see, is this panel actually done? I'm gonna have to say yes. Again, the objective here is to keep going, not to wonder and fret. Oh, I see somebody doesn't have some ear holes. Let's get to the temp layer. That would be her. And let's get those ear holes going. Where's the proper tool? That's my blend tool. This is my tool, and that is the one I want. And now let's go like this. And now we shall go up here and get Daddy's beard is wrong. This needs to be this. And then we're going to do this. Okay, Daddy has a beard. Should Daddy have shadow under his ear? Perhaps. Should this all be just black like this? Maybe not. I don't want the stylization to get too crazy. Alright, we can live with that. I don't know what's... I don't like the way he doesn't match her. But I don't suppose it matters that much. We have to go into... we gotta call this all done. So the first thing we gotta do is crush these. Get them down here to the work layer. The work layer... Uh-oh. Okay, that's done. Let's see now. The work layer, we gotta get this going. And let's select the temp layer and then select that layer and crush those. Temp layer, let's just drop that temp layer to done. We are moving on. We have to go into sketch mode now. I could sketch with my pen. I usually sketch with my pencil. Let's just do that. So what we have here is a cut to. This line is now going to be I suppose the house should be in the background. This shot, this scene is supposed to take place in one shot. I suppose she should just be carrying the next, that she should be walking away from the house. The house The only way is to have her in the foreground with the bucket. Right. Now, how's she going to carry the bucket if she's got little legs? Because she has little legs. So I got to figure out some way of making this bucket. This is all going to be very, very difficult to plot out. I have talked about this before. These two panels are roughly a repeat of a previous shot. So we've got the same shot repeating. So I did these panels quickly. This panel took me 3 or 4 days to complete. The panels on this page, each took multiple days to complete. As we go into this phase of trying to figure out what this panel is, there's a lot of work involved. This panel may not get done tonight. This panel may not get done for a couple of days. What you're supposed to do when you're drawing is you're supposed to make thumbnails and say, okay, my elements have choices. My scene can be certain things. I've already locked myself into a frame. That's the first quote-unquote bad thing, but it's part of what we're working with. So what I'm doing here is technically I am thumbnailing. I'm just not doing it the way they say you should do it. This is not a thumbnail. I get right into the panel and start experimenting with how this panel should be laid out and what should be happening. Now, making a person walk is a big troubling thing, and making weird two-dimensional characters walk is also a troubling thing. So I think what we'll do is, first of all, she has a dress because she's a girly girl. She has a short body, and when she walks, one leg goes one way and the other leg goes the other way because she's walking, right? And she's got this pail, and she's got she has slightly girly clothes. Well, there's ruffles, and she's got this pail of water in her little weird little hand. No, the pail is empty right now. Now, how do we know that? That's a problem. She's walking. She's got her funny head. She's got her pigtails. Now, where's the room for how do we know? We have to get a sense. I feel like there has to be a sense of her going from the house to the she has to walk this way because walking into frame is not gonna. She has to be walking out of frame. And the house. Oh no. I now have to draw some sort of house. I have to demonstrate their home. Their small little cottage has to be demonstrated. And there would be a path. And there would be a door. And the house is way back here. It's fine, we'll get through it, boss. We will. Very rudimentary ideas. There would be bushes. They live in the woods, so trees would have to be back here. And we could stylize the trees by having them all up here and just trunks. So she's outside now. We basically can see that. Obviously, the path could be here. Maybe there shouldn't be a path at all. Let's erase the path. Erase the third leg. Let's get this more stylized. The one leg would be straight. The other leg would be sort of kicked up. Sort of Charlie Brown style, I guess. This is definitely going to take some time. This is not going to be quick. Her eyes. Her dress is like this. It's got frills right here. What I tend to do is something to the effect of, okay, I've made some sketches now. I've done some thumbnailing. I'm gonna go here and do some drawing and see how I feel about it. So we gotta get our ink. This is by no means a demonstration of this is I'm going to experiment with this many times before I come to a real if you had seen the live stream, I literally drew this panel 6 times before I started committing. Maybe 4 or 5 times. You get the idea of what I'm saying. Let's since there's 1 or 2 people here, let's take a look at the concept that I have been working on this. Let's open not artwork, Clip Studio work, studies. Let's open studies and let's see what our, let's see, somewhere in here we have maybe not. Oh, it's probably in comic book studies. Thought I did some studies of these kids. I know I did, but probably in a different project. Probably in... I'm assuming you guys give a crap. I'm assuming you know, this is all about pretending that what I do actually matters. So let's get to, we gotta open up, not this one, Clip Studio work, Comic Testing, I believe, has some studies of these kids. Not studies of these kids, what do you call it? Like testing, explorations, and that's not the one. See what I have done though? This is gonna be a story right here. I promise you this will be a story. There's a study I did. Here's another attempt at this. Here's creepy looking dinosaurs. We want our dinosaurs to be creepy looking when we get to them. We're gonna get to them. There's gonna be a lot of stuff in this comic book. The years are going to go by. Things will get done. Let's see, where are my studies of Hansel and Gretel? Not studies of Hansel and Gretel. What do you call that? Character design ideas, character designs and stuff. See these panels here? Let's put this over here where it belongs. And look at that, huh? Cool. Oh, come on. Let's get rid of that one. Do not save. See these are literal studies of comics. Oh, here's the Hansel and Gretel. Oh, sorry. I got my microphone all screwed up. Here's Hansel and Gretel. See, here they are. This is what they're supposed to look like. Something like this. 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 Uh-oh, look at that, right? They may end up looking like that. I don't know. I mean, I could get crazy and the style could just morph left and right. But this is sort of the idea I'm going with right at the moment. Let's just get rid of that. Let's get rid of that, and let's get back to work here. So right now we're kind of with this, and we just got to keep going, and we got an ear. Oops. And we got hair. And we got she's supposed to have like girly. It's supposed to be girly. It's supposed to have no doubt that she's wearing a dress. So there you have that, and this would be like this. Makes this whole idea of drawing her over and over again more complicated, but it's got to be done. Those don't look right at all. We're not trying to look right. Right now I'm rushing through the process of exploring. And that's something I'm going to have to stop doing, is rushing. Her shoes should be little Dutch shoes. I suspect Hansel will have similar shoes. Yeah, there is no rush. I can't rush for you. I can't rush for me. I can't rush. I am just exploring. She looks cute in a sad way. She may not look like this when this panel is done, but hopefully you meant in general. Again, just experimenting. What do we got here? Grab this. There's a hand. Here's a bucket. This bucket has nothing in it right now. How do we know that? We don't, unfortunately. I suppose maybe if the bucket is dark inside, maybe we know it. I don't know. Quite the hand there. So now, and then what you do is you just kind of like say, okay, so is that any good at all? We'll take the sketch away. Yeah, it's great, right? I want this to be all weird. There's the house. Let's get the house going. Get to our work layer. Let's put her down on the temp layer. Not that this is done. Not that this is anywhere near done. This is the first, just exploring the ideas for these panels. But I can't make judgments. There has to be bushes. There has to be trees. There has to be a door. There has to be windows. There has to be another window. There has to be a roof. Do you know your be right back sign is still there? Why, thank you, Emily. It's nice to know that somebody's paying attention. Oops, wrong thing. I'm going to delete that be right back thing. Look at that, right in the way. Thanks, Emily. There, we shrink the roof and make the house much more simpler. Now, I would suspect that what I should do is do something along these lines. The trees, with Clip Studio Paint, like the stuff is happening. If I hide, if I disable the mask, you can see that the panels are masking what's behind the layer. So let's enable the mask again. So I do things like that, and oops, now I lost the plot. So there would be, oh, where are we? Here we go. And then trees, and more trees, and there would probably be more trees, and bushes. Yeah. And, maybe these trees, I'm gonna have to, let's see. Okay, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna experiment with another thing. I'm gonna get rid of this sketch layer. And I'm going to get rid of this. Oops. Let's go to the work layer and use the eraser and just get rid of this. Oops, that's her. Get rid of this. Okay. Now go back to this. And, oops. What? Oh, I changed it to the eraser. Oops, I gotta do that. We'll keep this thick. The experimentations, the slowly but surely, So now what I want to, what I want to do, let's see, maybe I should listen to these live streams while posting my own webcomic. Have this be some sort of inspo in the background. I encourage, the only thing is, did I read that aloud? I don't, maybe I should listen to this. Yeah, I did read it aloud. I'm sorry. Did I? You see that comment that just happened right now? Maybe I should listen to these live streams while posting my own webcomic. Have this be some sort of inspo in the background. The problem with trying to do your own art and trying to give everybody equal, everybody who, I want to I want to be able to host drawing clubs. Yeah, I want us to all succeed and do stuff and show each other stuff, but if you get any kind of success on YouTube, you're gonna end up with like hundreds of people. Like, how do you manage that, right? How do you have a club? How do you get anything done yourself, being the big star of the show, and still, help out and support your fellow artist or your friends for that matter? Now, when it comes to friends, I must tell you, I don't know much about that subject. That might be one of the reasons I'm not very successful. But anyway, I'm just babbling. Let's see, what am I going to experiment with next here? I had this idea that this can't be, I can't do stuff, let's see, get rid of this. This panel over here is dark. It's not nighttime here in this panel over here. Oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm doing with my tools. So I gotta figure out, I think one of the things that I could do is the background would be the infamous, so the work, this is all just temp. This is all temp. This panel is definitely going to get done again. But what I could experiment with the idea is going into getting my black, going here. Oops, I got the wrong thing. Go here. Get this going. Have the background be like this. Because I can't experiment with color until I've decided that the inks are done. On the other page that I did experiment with color. I experimented with color on every panel, but I can't do that for every panel because it would just take too long. What I'm trying to say is I can only experiment with the blacks and get the inks working and then worry about color, because color is not supposed to make or break these illustrations. They're supposed to stand alone with or without color. It's a rule of animation. It's a rule of illustration. It can be broken. You don't have to do it that way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the, whoops, I did that on the temp layer. No good. No good, folks. Gotta go back up here on the work layer. There's a reason I have to go on the work layer, and I'll show you what it is, even though by the time I get to it, I'll forget to tell you that it's the reason I did it on a separate layer. I'll just do it, and you'll say, oh, he did that. Pardon me. I can't reiterate enough times during a live stream. I should probably write it right there in the chat. This panel, I'm going to write it right now. Let's see. I just meant to say I'll quietly be working on my stuff over here as we talk. Everything is chill. Yeah, I guess the ultimate thing would be a Discord or something. Or, I know that some live streams let you have people join, and I would think that would be really cool, is to have a live stream where people join. I think it's called StreamYard. You can send people a link and just have people, everybody's mic'd up, and so everybody just banters about, and that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll get to that point. But again, as I say, I don't know. I don't want it to be all about me. But there is a thing about me, and I have to be honest. I am very particular about, like, if I'm just not a big fan of stuff, and you can't get anything done if you're busy being a fan of all your friends' work or all your club, the clubhouse, right? So it's difficult to say how much time I could, and then I gotta show up to your live streams, and you gotta show up to mine, and I don't know how you be fair to everybody and still be fair to yourself too. But I don't know if that belongs in this. I don't know if I should be uttering such things. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to use this technique I've been using and maybe do this. Get the line tint and color everything, not color, but do everything else up here with this line tint. Do I have my, I need this. Gotta make it smaller. Oops. I gotta be more careful. Oh, also, if this is not supposed... Oh. I guess straight up and down is fine. Can't lift the pen or I'll create new. I have to keep the pen down and keep going. I'll have to just go in and cut it out after. I don't even know if I'm gonna be happy with this. And should everything be the line tint except the house? So that the house stands out? Of course she wouldn't be line tinted. This is called line tint right here. I mean, that gets the message across, right? So, let's see, what if we... I see somebody said something. 1. Like you said, use StreamYard or Stream Ninja, send them a link, you can add as many people as you want. I think 2 shorts, lives, you can add only one person and unfortunately can only be done on mobile. I think. 2. Shorts, lives... But this isn't a short. I'm not sure I follow what you're saying, Emily. You can only add one person. It can only be done on mobile, unless you're just bringing up the idea that you can only do one at a time on shorts. But I mean, no one asked me, but I don't care. You have every right. I wish I had some things queued up. But if I say people have a right to talk, you know, that is a reference to a old film that you do not know about. But people have a right to talk, you know. This could be made even more strange if the tint was in the thing like this. So this is supposed to be their house, huh? Looks more like a dollhouse, huh? Oh, this would have to be all tinted because it is also in the background. All this would be tinted, I guess. I don't know. Now it looks gross. Again, I'm just experimenting, and I also did that on the done layer. That is a very bad move. I'm not used to keeping track of other people and doing my own work here. Where did this go? We got to get rid of that one, and then I believe we'll be all set here. Let's see. The done layer is all here. Nothing shows up in our new panel. The temp layer is all the drawing, and this is this. Yeah, you can't put the line tint everywhere, so we'll use color to set the house into the background. She'll be brighter. Don't know though. Sorry, gotta go. Be back eventually, maybe. Hey, I gotta go too. I'm not gonna get anywhere with it. I mean, I could call this panel done and move on. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I should go too, Emily. I think I need to take a break. I've streamed for maybe a couple of hours. I've actually done quite a bit of work in that time, especially compared to what I usually do. Because what I usually do, folks, is, what I usually do is stuff like this. Let's just use this for an example, this page. Just open it up. Okay, what is this? studying, right? Real important stuff. It's time to move on from this stuff and make 2 hours doing this. Okay. Oh boy. Well, I had quite a party tonight, guys. I did some panels. I worked on my coloring comic book, and I've had some people show up and we chatted. I had a party tonight. So I thank you all for tuning in. I wish I could repay the favor instantly. Perhaps over time we can remain on friendly terms and these things may occur. Really amazing glow up. Well, I am not sure what glow up means. I assume it means a presentation of some sort. I will take it as a compliment and thank you once again for showing up. I'm going to save this save this page, Control S, and off screen, before I even tune out, I'm going to open it up and back it up. And that is what I'm doing right now. I'm going to close this without saving. Close this. Close this. Close Clip Studio Paint. I'm gonna back it up off screen. I'm going to go to the proper folder. This is like listening to radio, folks. I'm telling you what's happening, but you can't see. Do you know people used to listen to the radio before television? I'm gonna back up the Strange Happenings. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go to the backup folder. What? I have 10 backups of everything. I hate backing up. Oh, I hate backing up because I've got redundancy like crazy. I've got 3 backups of everything I've done that I've bothered to back up properly. All right, where are we? Strange Happenings. Put it in Clip Studio Work. That's the wrong folder. Oh my gosh, I hate backing up. I have too many backup folders. This is a backup old drive. Yeah, it's not supposed to go in old drive. It's supposed to go in old drive, but it's supposed to go in new life. No, there's no new life in old drive. There's backup, yes. Backup drive. Sorry, folks. I know this is ridiculous, but all this yammering with nothing on screen. But I gotta back this up before I sign off. We're getting the full vintage experience. Yes, you are. New life, new C drive save, artwork, Clip Studio work, and Strange Happenings, and we'll bring it over here and replace the files. And now I've backed it up. Oh, thank goodness.